Let's read a book. This book is called The Night Before the 4th of July by Natasha Wing. Let's open the book. Twas the night before the 4th of July, and all across the USA, Americans were gearing up for Independence Day. Mommy tied up the bunting while I gave Daddy a hand. We hung up the flag from our porch stands. That night we both slept sprawled out in our beds, while visions of fireworks popped in our heads. The next morning we dressed up in red, white, and blue. I even wore stars, one on each shoe. 1, 2 stars. We lined up on Main Street. Look, here comes the parade floats. Hooray for the marching band and the 4-H club goats. The mayor tossed candy. I shouted, "Here, over here!" And Uncle Sam, walking on stilts, brought up the rear. He shook my hand. Hello. Friends and family came over for a backyard barbecue. Dad fired up the grill as a storm started to brew. The goodies were set on the picnic table with care. "Get 'em while they're hot," yelled Dad, flipping burgers up into the air. But just when we sat down, it started to pour. Tuk, 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 tuk. Started to rain. "Grab the food," shouted Mom. And we raced through the back door. And hot dogs and salads and blueberry pie and melon and corn. Keep those potato chips dry, crunchy. We gathered in the kitchen and spilled into the hall. "Squeeze in," said Mommy, "there's room for us all." As we munched on our food, Grandma turned to Grandpop. "There'll be no fireworks show if this rain doesn't stop." "What?" we all shouted. "No rockets' red glare?" 4th of July without fireworks? That's totally not fair. But what's this? Is the sun coming out? When what to our wondering eyes should appear, the rain suddenly stopped. The skies were clear. So we piled in the car and we drove to the park. We threw down a blanket as it began to get dark. Daddy lit the sparklers. We drew circles in the air. We snapped glow sticks on our wrists and glow halos in our hair. The first firework was launched high up into the night, bloomed like a flower, exploding with light. Whiz, crackle, boom! "Woohoo!" cheered the crowd. But my brother covered his ears and whimpered, "That's too loud." The band played the national anthem and Daddy sang, "Oh, say, can you see?" And that's when I covered my ears because he was way out of tune. And now, the grand finale. Wow, the best I'd seen yet. A sky filled with color, a show I'll never forget. When the last firework fizzled like fairy dust in the sky, we all cheered and shouted, "Happy 4th of July!"